Hey guys, Megan here.
And I'm Stephanie.
And we are
Barn Besties, here with Farm Fresh Advice.
And we are here with Anita
at Fields and Fences in Gurnee, Illinois.
Going shopping.
We're going shopping later.
What are we shopping for? I think outdoor arenas.
Yeah,
right?
outdoor arenas.
Anita,
lots of outdoor arenas.
Tell us about this beautiful outdoor arena.
So this one is ring 2 when we're having horse shows. It's 180 feet wide by 240 feet long. So for a horse show, if it's a dressage show, we can put 2 dressage arenas in there. Or if it's a hunter show, we can put up a temporary fence. So there's warm up on the one side and there is jumps on the other side. So generally this is for the beginners at a horse show.
Okay.
And do you have a base? What type of footing?
Yeah, how did you develop it?
How old is it?
This is the second ring that we put in, and this one's got a 6-inch limestone base on it.
Wow.
Hard,
Compacted?
yeah. So, you know, since you mentioned that, make sure that before you ever put sand on your arena, that your base is so hard. If you take a hammer and nail, the nail has to have lots of resistance going in. If it doesn't, it's still too soft, and you'll have your sand mixing with your base.
I like that. I had not heard that. I know I want it hard, but I had never thought of using a nail. That is a great tip.
And how did you learn that?
My excavator who put all these rings in.
Yeah,
I think he's a very well-known excavator, is he not?
Yes, but he doesn't really do it anymore.
No, but he was back in the day. He's
Yes.
who I learned from too.
Yes.
So that's great. So you have limestone, 6 inches, you said, is your base, crushed limestone, screenings, tailings, we've heard it all. And then what is your footing?
It's just torpedo sand on top of that.
Okay.
I love it.
And how deep do you put your footing?
Couple of inches. You don't want it so deep that they're going to bow a tendon.
Right.
And you want enough cushion so when they're jumping, they've got some cushion.
Sure.
And I love that you have a fence around it. It's low. It's not too high, but my outdoor does not have a fence around it, so I have a little fence envy right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just to keep the horses and ponies in.
it's
or
short
to
enough
try.
that you can sit in a chair and view what's going on, but it's tall enough to discourage the horses from leaving.
Yeah, I like that.
That's great.
And
And
then
you have behind us here, we can scoot out of the way. Mr. Cameraman
This way?
can take a quick view.
So behind us, this is the original outdoor arena that came with the place when I bought it 30 years ago. And it's the only one with the 3-rail fence. So this is where the beginners go.
Sure. Safe.
Yeah. And it's got a gate to close them in there. This is the smallest arena on the property too. It's, I think this one's 80 by 220. I think it's 80 by 220 if I
that's
remember.
really small. And
Yeah.
This reminds me of my arena. It's great. No, but you
It's
can't do
beautiful.
more than one
Yeah.
event in here is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
But look, I mean, you've got fences set up. You've got a nice little hunter course set up and plenty of room.
Yep. So the beginners are here just in our everyday. When we're having a horse show, this is usually a warm-up ring for ring 1.
Sure. That's great. Again, base footing, what can you tell us? I'm sure you don't have the same footing that you had 30 years ago. So maybe we could touch on that as well.
Everything is all limestone bases with torpedo sand on top.
Okay. And since I kind of just thought of this, how often do you maybe change out or add footing?
When it needs it, you know, because the wind will come and take it away.
And horses and their feet drag it
Sure,
out. And
sure.
they drag a surprisingly large amount of footing out with them.
So whenever it starts getting low, you know, we'll just add truckloads of sand into it, and then all the jumps come out every week so that we can.
Major maintenance?
Yeah. So each arena gets stripped every week and then gets beamed so that it's nice and flat.
The beam. I love the beam.
Yeah.
Should we explain the beam
Yeah,
to our
explain the
audience?
beam.
I know what the beam is and I love the beam. Go ahead.
Ideally,
Maybe we can see it later.
if you can get a 16-foot piece of railroad tie, that's the ideal thing. You put it behind the tractor and you just circle up and down the arena, and it levels out the sand.
And it's what, 8 by 8 or 10 by 10 square chunk. It's railroad tie, people. So it's heavy, it's thick.
Wow, I've never used the beam.
Oh, the beam is amazing.
You got to have a beam.
I've
And
been
you
slacking
put
all
some
these
eye
years.
hooks into it
Yep.
and what chain or some sort of
Chain.
tie on it, and you put it behind the tractor or a skid loader,
Yep.
or however, and yeah, it's an amazing leveler.
Now, that's not something that you can use if you don't maintain your footing on a regular basis. It's not going to do anything for you.
Mhm.
But if you maintain it on a regular basis and it's loose, that will help you level things out.
And part of the reason for the railroad tie is the weight of how heavy a railroad tie is to get down and do that leveling of the sand.
Yep.
It does amazing things. I
Makes
love the
sense.
beam.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the beam. So yeah, this I think is pretty standard for a lot of people, 80 by,
220.
200, 220, 180, whatever you can fit in, but it's wide enough. Like we show, you can get a nice little hunter course in there, plenty of place to throw some jumps and for a couple horses to be in there and not be on top of each other. And then behind us we have, what do we have here?
This is Hunter Ring 1. This one's 150 by 250.
Wow.
Nice.
And this is the main ring for hunter show. If it was a dressage show, there's one arena that fits in here and there's plenty of room around it. So like the Grand Prix would be held in here so that there's distance between the riders and the actual arena.
I love showing in this arena as a dressage rider because there is actual room. There wasn't a second arena. So some of my horses get a little nervous with the second arena. So this was always a great arena to show in.
Yep.
And the fence around. I like fencing.
Yeah.
And this one has gates too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. And you get a much bigger jumping course in here.
Yeah, it's right now it's pretty simple because the trainers don't want to have to move the boxes and everything.
Yeah.
But next week we'll be setting the courses for a horse show that's coming up at the end of the month. So this will have a complete hunter course set in it. Ring 2 will have a complete hunter course set in it.
And when you come in, as we were talking about, a minute or two ago, the actual maintenance where you pull everything out, do you have like a big flatbed trailer? You in a tractor, you drive in and just load everything on there?
We have
or
several.
just get shoved in a corner? Or?
Oh, no. Don't shove it in a corner because if you do that and you're dragging around it, that's where you're going to get the mount. So take everything out. We have several flatbed trailers that all the stuff just gets loaded onto it, take it out.
That's
Feed it
nice
all
because then
off.
you can just drive around, dump it where you want it when you're setting your course.
Yeah.
And during a show, do you water the arena?
Oh, yes.
And how do you do that? Do you have a tractor?
Well, there's one of the tankers and tractors over
there we go.
When we get closer, I'll show you that.
Yeah, that's fantastic. We want to
Fancy.
see all the farm equipment.
Yeah,
Farm equipment's really important.
we have 2 of those, so we do have to water the arenas, of course, during a horse show, and then drag it several times. So yeah.
Well, that's great.
One last question, at least for me. What do you do in the winter time with the jumps?
They all get stored.
They do.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't leave them out there. They
No.
don't get weathered. This
No,
is
no.
the dressage person in me wondering because I don't like them.
Yeah, and I would love to in another video if we could take a look. You've got a judges booth there, and then maybe we could quick discuss your jumps at some point, how they're made and things like that. That'd be another
Maintenance.
great video.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that'd be great. And one more question. Sorry, Megan. I just thought of one more. I think I see speakers.
Oh, yes.
Tell me about your sound system.
We have a great sound system that runs throughout the entire property. And what's the best part about it, it's in so many zones that I can isolate to whatever I need. So if we're having, like for instance, in the wintertime, when we used to do dressage shows indoors, we might have a scribing clinic going on at the same time to teach people how to scribe at a live show.
Sure.
And so I would be able to turn the PA system so that they could hear what's going on, but there'd be a separate PA system up where the people were learning to scribe so that the teacher could talk to them and, tell them what she's seeing and how she's judging and so on. So the same thing out here is we've got it zoned so that if I've got something going on in one arena and not the other arena, I can
turn it on and off.
Yeah.
Now, is that centrally located in one area and you've got like a big board that tells you everything?
There's
Yeah.
you know what that is?
Yeah. It's like a board or
it's a stack of amps. And actually,
okay.
I'm about to upgrade the system so that I can adjust things from an iPad.
Oh,
Ooh.
oh,
Fancy.
Yeah, because right now, if I'm outside and somebody says, hey, we can't hear in aisle A, I have to go all the way back to the show office, adjust the volume, and then go back and see if it's okay. But
So,
now,
are you somewhat wireless around here? Is
uh,
it all just
the PA
cellular?
system is all tied together, but this system that will run off the iPad, that works off of the internet. Yeah.
Wow, that's going to be
That's cool.
amazing.
So I'm hoping to have that up and running by the middle of June.
That's exciting.
Awesome.
All right, did you guys hear this? Lots of videos to look forward to. Any more questions on the arenas other than I think we're going to make a part 2, talk about judges stands, maybe take a quick look at a couple of jumps and find out what you like and don't like about jumps and what you look for when you're buying them, and then so much more. We have so much more to learn about. So hit that subscribe, click the bell, and make sure you're notified of new all our new videos. And if you got questions, leave them down in the comments, right? Anything else? See you in our next video. Bye, everybody.